Hey everyone, and welcome back. You're here because you want those aha moments, that deep understanding, but, without the homework feel.
Right, straight to the good stuff.
Exactly. And today we are diving deep into Haruki Murakami's The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle. It's
Mhm.
quite a ride,
Oh, absolutely. A truly unique book. Hard to compare it to much else.
for sure. So if you haven't read it, imagine this. Toru Okada, pretty average guy living in Tokyo. His life is, well, normal, maybe a bit boring.
Until it isn't.
Right. His wife, Kumiko, just vanishes.
Yeah.
And from there, his ordinary world completely spirals into this surreal metaphysical journey.
Yeah, it blends that everyday Tokyo life with magical realism, big existential questions.
And that classic Murakami dry humor, too. You still get moments where you kind of chuckle despite the weirdness.
Definitely. It's not just a puzzle box, though. It's really digging into loss, memory, and those hidden forces that shape things.
Totally. So that's our mission for this deep dive.
Yeah.
Let's unpack those first crucial bits. Kumiko disappearing, the very strange people Toru starts meeting.
And those first hints of symbolism, the deeper meanings starting to bubble up.
Ready to jump into Toru's world.
Let's do it. So first, picture Tolller's life before everything goes sideways.
Okay, yeah. He's unemployed, right?
Hey.
Kind of taking care of the house, cooking, laundry.
While Kumiko works as an editor, they've got this quiet routine in suburban Tokyo.
It feels very deliberately simple, almost aggressively normal.
Exactly. Murakami sets that baseline so effectively, it makes the later weirdness hit so much harder because you know where Toru started from. The calm before the metaphysical storm.
Huh. Yeah, something like that. And the first little crack in that calm is the cat, isn't it? Noboru Wataya.
The cat, yes. And the name is significant.
Named after Kumiko's brother, who she really doesn't like at all.
Mm-hmm. So this missing cat, it feels small, but it's like this little tremor foreshadowing the earthquake to come, the bigger loss.
You see them trying to find him, putting up flyers, searching around. It shows them trying to hold on to that normal order.
That's a great point. It's their initial attempt to fix a disruption in their controlled little world, a world that's about to get completely out of control.
Because then, bam, Kumiko vanishes.
Yeah.
Just doesn't come home from work one day.
And Toru tries calling, right? Gets nothing useful.
Straight to voicemail. Or these super vague answers from her colleagues, like she just, poof, gone.
And that ambiguity is so crucial. There's no obvious fight, no note initially, just absence. It throws Toru and us into this state of complete uncertainty.
He's just grasping at straws, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and then he starts getting these messages from her.
Oh, right, the cryptic messages. They make it even weirder, somehow.
Mm-hmm. Suggesting she left on her own, but for these vague personal issues. No real explanation.
Just deepens the confusion, doesn't it? Leaves him totally stranded, emotionally and mentally. Like, what do you even do with that?
It can't do much. It forces him out of his routine, basically.
Yeah.
He has to start looking for answers because the messages give him none. No closure, no clarity.
So this ordinary guy, Toru, he starts taking these first steps, asking people, trying to trace her last known hours.
Just doing the logical things you do.
But as he does, that normal reality he knew just starts to fray. The edges get blurry. The predictable becomes unpredictable.
And that's the turning point. His search, even the mundane parts, starts opening doors he didn't even know existed. Doors to, well, strangeness.
Yeah, leading him into this whole other world of bizarre encounters.
Which brings us to the characters.
Okay, first up, Malta Kano, the psychic.
Recommended by Kumiko herself, just before she disappeared, which is interesting timing.
Right. It immediately injects this mystical element. We've gone from missing wife to psychic consultations. Big shift.
Malta Kano definitely signals that this isn't just a standard detective story. The answers might not be, entirely logical or earthly.
And then there's her sister, Krita Kano.
Ah, Krita. Even more enigmatic, maybe.
Her story is deeply unsettling. She talks about being defiled, but psychically, by Noboru Wataya, the brother. Yeah, that's a really disturbing and complex layer. Is it psychological trauma? Is it a literal psychic violation? It really muddies the waters around Noboru.
It throws this huge question mark over Kumiko's family situation and, well, everything. Adds this dark, almost abusive undercurrent.
Definitely complicates Toru's picture of his brother-in-law and what might be going on behind the scenes with Kumiko.
Then we meet Lieutenant Mamiya, the war veteran.
A completely different kind of character, bringing in this weight of history.
His stories are brutal. World War II, the Japanese occupation of Manchuria. Really harrowing stuff.
He talks about being captured by the
Yeah.
Soviets, right? And witnessing something truly horrific.
Yeah, seeing a fellow officer skinned alive in Mongolia, it's incredibly intense. Sticks with you.
And these stories, they seem separate at first, maybe, but they introduce these massive themes of suffering, trauma, resilience.
And how that stuff echoes, maybe. How
Yeah.
past horrors connect to present pain.
Exactly. Mamiya's experiences aren't just backstory, they resonate with Toru's own bewildering situation, suggesting this continuum of human suffering. And then there's Nuda Honda.
The eccentric businessman. Another curveball.
Yeah, he kind of guides Toru towards more esoteric ideas, hints at these other realities, these metaphysical landscapes.
Like he's pulling back a curtain on a hidden layer of the world, suggesting the tangible isn't all there is.
It feels like Toru is being initiated into something, doesn't it? A world operating by different rules.
Absolutely. Honda implies that the real reasons for Kumiko's disappearance might lie in these less obvious, maybe spiritual or metaphysical realms.
Okay, so amidst all these strange people and events, there's this sound, this recurring thing, the wind-up bird.
Aye, the titular bird. Its call is so distinctive.
Mechanical, right, like something being wound up, it's just there in the background, then sometimes more prominent. A subtle signal.
A very important recurring motif. That specific unnatural sound acts like this marker. It often accompanies shifts or moments of tension, hinting at these unseen forces.
It pops up at really key moments, doesn't it? When things are changing or about to be revealed.
It creates this sense of inevitability almost, like gears are turning somewhere offstage.
For Toru, it starts as just this odd noise, maybe annoying, but it grows into something more.
It becomes associated with the mystery, with Kumiko, with these strange events. It's not just background noise anymore. It's loaded with meaning. A guide, almost.
Yeah, a strange kind of guide. And that mechanical sound, that winding up, it makes you think about control, right?
Oh, definitely. Control versus free will. Are the characters acting autonomously, or are they like wound up toys playing out a destiny?
Are they making choices, or is something else pulling the strings? It taps into those big questions about fate and agency.
The winding metaphor is powerful. It suggests an external force setting things in motion, making you question how much is predetermined.
And Toru often hears this bird when he's down in the dry well.
The well! Such a significant place in the book.
It feels like this threshold space.
Yeah.
An in-between zone. He goes down there, and it's where he often has these insights or experiences deeper truths.
A liminal space? Absolutely.
Yeah.
A descent into the subconscious, maybe. Or another reality. And the bird's call is often present there.
Yeah, like the sound is amplified or clearer in that specific isolated spot. It links the bird directly to revelation, to accessing something hidden.
The connection is undeniable. The well and the bird are deeply intertwined with Toru's journey inward and his quest for understanding.
So, circling back to Lieutenant Mamiya for a second, his war stories, they're not just random, horrific tales.
No, they become incredibly relevant. They connect the past to the present mystery in a really direct way.
Showing how history, even brutal history like the Kwantung Army's actions, isn't really separate from what's happening now.
Exactly. Mamiya's trauma provides this historical anchor for the themes of violence and suffering. It shows these things aren't isolated, they have long tendrils.
It makes Toru's situation feel less like a purely personal crisis and more like part of a larger pattern of human darkness and endurance.
Well put. Murakami seems to suggest that trauma echoes across time, manifesting in different ways. Mamiya's past sheds light on the potential darkness surrounding Kumiko now.
And his stories, weirdly, start to feel like clues for Toru. Like the answers are hidden in these historical accounts somehow.
Yeah, almost like understanding that past suffering is key to unlocking the present puzzle. The historical lens offers a different perspective on Kumiko's disappearance.
And speaking of the past, we start getting these little pieces about Kumiko's own history, too. Her family.
Right. As Toru digs, fragments emerge about her family, especially that relationship with her brother, Noboru Wataya.
It sounds really difficult, complicated, fraught, not a healthy dynamic at all.
No. The narrative gradually reveals this deeply troubled family history, suggesting the roots of Kumiko's leaving might be buried deep in those long-standing issues.
And Noboru himself starts to look more and more sinister. Like he's had this really negative, controlling influence on her for a long time.
Back to her childhood, it seems. This pattern of manipulation, maybe even abuse, starts to become clearer.
Which gives a whole different potential context for why she might leave, right? It shifts things.
Absolutely. Understanding Noboru's influence provides a crucial framework. It suggests her departure might be an escape, rooted in that toxic dynamic.
Okay, wow. So let's try and wind this up for our deep dive today. We started with Kumiko vanishing, throwing Toru's ordinary life completely off track.
His search immediately leads him into the surreal territory, meeting these very unusual people, the psychics, the veteran, the esoteric businessman.
Each offering these cryptic hints, adding mystical layers, and all the while there's the wind-up bird.
That recurring symbol, that mechanical call tied to fate, control, and those moments of revelation, especially in the dry well.
And then we see how crucial the past is. Lieutenant Mamiya's wartime trauma, Kuiko's troubled family history, especially with Noboru, it's all connected to the present mystery.
Exactly. Toru's quest isn't just finding a wife, it's really about descending into a reality where normal rules don't apply, where the past bleeds into the present and answers lie in strange places.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How quickly the ordinary can become extraordinary, how our lives can just unravel into these unexpected journeys.
And how the past, even stuff we think is buried, might be subtly shaping things right now, without us even realizing it.
So here's the thought to leave you with. What are the wind-up birds in your own life? Those little signals, maybe unnoticed, that hint at deeper things going on beneath the surface of your everyday. Something to chew on.
Definitely food for thought. Thanks for diving in with us today.